Hello again, YouTube. I hope you're all doing well today. So before we get started on the third part of the Test of Courage event, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who has been subscribing recently. That really does mean a lot to me. So thank you all so much. I'm glad you're enjoying the content and you're sticking around. That's awesome. And thank you, of course, for leaving comments and liking, because it all helps out with the algorithm and whatnot. But I'm going to stop talking now. Thank you again. But let's dive in and see the conclusion of the event story.
Traveler, Paimon, please let me be your partner for the final round of the Test of Courage.
Oh, I don't get to choose. That's a bit of a shame, but sure, I'll take Hazo. Hazo is a good choice too.
I'd like your assistance with this investigation, since you two are the only ones who have seen the alleged ghost.
Fair enough.
That's fine with Paimon. What do you think, Traveler?
Well, I mean, we could always take Toma again, but sure, it's fine by me. Do you have any ideas so far, Hazo?
I have a few theories, but we don't have enough leads yet.
Okay.
There are some places I'd like to investigate first, so you two can accompany me.
Seems like a deal.
Sure. Where would you like to start?
I want to go back to where we first met up. According to your accounts, you encountered the ghost there and passed out.
Yeah, by the tree. That was where we were, at the tree.
I believe there may still be some clues there.
Probably.
Do we really have to go there? What if we're walking into a trap?
Are you worried that she'll be waiting for us? If anything, that would make things easier.
That's true.
My worry is that we won't be able to find her. Honestly, it'd save me a lot of trouble if she were to show up on her own.
I'm sure she will. I don't know.
Wow, Hazel. You're fearless.
Well, certainly compared to you, Paimon.
The more cases you see, the less afraid you become. Let's go. This should be approximately where you first encountered the ghost.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I have forgotten where exactly it was, but I'll take your word for it.
Of course, we cannot conclude whether the woman is actually a ghost or not at this point.
Yeah.
But I'd like to go over everything that happened again. Do you recall anything she said at the time?
She was kind of mumbling to herself, and we can't do it. We shouldn't give in.
Let Paimon think. She warned us not to go near her, and she said if we didn't leave, our souls would become trapped here.
You know, perfectly normal stuff.
Paimon doesn't want to remember that moment. Paimon's shivering just thinking about it.
Oh no, Paimon.
And then what happened?
She vanished.
Then, everything seemed to get darker, and Paimon started to feel dizzy. There were ghostly flames flickering all around, and Paimon saw some sort of black mist surrounding the ghost, and then Paimon passed out.
We also smelt flowers. There was like a flowery scent.
Based on your account, it does really seem like you've seen a ghost.
Exactly! So are you convinced it was a ghost now?
No.
It's possible, but I'm more interested in what she's actually trying to achieve than what she is. Even if she is a ghost, as long as she possesses some sense of reason, then there must be some purpose behind her actions.
I would agree, yes.
Wasn't she after our souls? She said that herself.
I think she was just trying to scare you.
Yeah, maybe?
Oh, you think so?
Well, it worked, didn't it, Paimon, even if she wasn't trying?
Think about it. If I had the ability to take your souls, then why go to the trouble of warning you over and over again?
You'd just do it, wouldn't you?
Besides, a ghost wouldn't have allowed you to walk away knowing about the secret of its powers.
That does make sense. Huh. Why didn't Paimon think of that?
Because you were always too scared to think straight.
I believe there are only two possibilities. The first is that she wanted to reap your souls, but there was some condition that had to be met. You know, like what we usually call a curse. But if you had really been cursed, then you would probably have noticed it by now. So, this is the less likely scenario. I believe she was just trying to scare you away.
This crow's watching us again. Like, this has been coming up. Do you think this is the woman?
But why would she want to scare us away? Oh, Paimon knows!
All right. Go on, give us your theory, Paimon.
Maybe she was trying to get us to quit so she could claim the Test of Courage prizes.
Yeah, I don't think about that. Was she registered as a contestant?
Oh. Probably not. So why does she want to scare us? Do you have any ideas, Hazel?
Based solely on your account, I don't believe she actually meant any harm. She
Mm.
just didn't want you to stay here. But this evidence alone is insufficient to make any valid assumptions. She could very well be guarding some treasure or covering up a crime.
Well, let's get investigating, shall we?
Though, my intuition is telling me that neither of these hypotheses are correct. Let's continue investigating the surrounding area.
Mm-hmm. Keep your eyes peeled for crows. Look for clues in the area. There are some footprints visible on the ground. However, upon closer inspection, they seem to belong to Hazo and myself. Huh. Could that woman really be a ghost? I've looked all around, but I haven't found any clues. Looking up, there are a few branches that have been bent slightly downward, as if something heavy had been hanging from them. I mean, it could be Ito, because he was lurking around, wasn't he, trying to scare people?
Have you found any leads yet?
I noticed some branches that seemed a little unusual.
Yeah, some tree branches seem like they were bent by something, but that's about it.
I see. After you left, I took a good look around the area.
Okay.
Aside from the bent branches, there are burn marks in some places, but that doesn't really tell us much. If only there was some more conclusive evidence.
Yeah, like, if she just shows up now to help us.
Excuse me.
Oh.
Sorry to interrupt.
The kids that aren't kids.
Oh, it's you guys!
The yokai.
What are you all doing here? We heard you were out searching for clues, and we wanted to help.
Well, thank you.
Oh, that's really brave of you.
Actually, we're also really unsure about what's happening here. We just asked the members of Mr. Ito's gang about what happened to them, and it sounded really scary. That lady is either a nasty evil spirit or a formidable yokai. Either way, it's not good.
Oh.
But we still want to hold the Mikawa Flower Festival. Uh-huh.
Then
We
you shall.
admired the friendship between Lord Kamai and the samurai, which is why we want to hold the Mikawa Flower Festival to return the favor we once received from the humans. Even though our powers are limited, we don't want this bond of friendship to vanish. The Mikawa Flower Festival is meant to be enjoyable for everyone.
The Chinju Forest covers a large area, so it'd be great to have more help in the investigation.
I agree.
Welcome to the team. Let's all do our best to figure out what's going on.
Don't worry, we're very familiar with the area. We won't miss any clues.
We like to hear it. Right, what have the yokai found? Oh no, Kappa's having some trouble again.
Look what I found down by the river. Huh? What is it?
Is it a scrap of black cloth? I've never seen fabric like this before.
Her kimono, maybe?
This is a piece of shade cloth.
Shade cloth?
Yeah, it can effectively block out light and is used in a variety of settings,
Ah.
including stage performances. There's a rough tear in the cloth, probably caused by a sharp stone, or maybe some branches.
Oh dear.
Witches.
Suppose that a large shade cloth was originally hung from a tree, bending the branches.
And we wouldn't have noticed, would we?
When the shade cloth was removed from the tree, perhaps one of the corners caught and the branches ripped it, causing a small piece of black cloth to fall into the river. Either she didn't care, or she was in too great a hurry. Perhaps she had other things to handle at the time.
Maybe.
But why would she hang shade cloth in the trees?
I'm only speculating, but maybe she used it to create the atmosphere you experienced.
What do you mean?
Let's not worry about that for now. There's still many variables I haven't deduced yet.
All right, let's keep
Next,
looking.
I'd like to investigate the place where the Arataki gang encountered her. Do you know how to get there?
Oh, I know the way.
All right, let's roll.
I asked the gang members where their encounter with the ghost happened when we were chatting earlier. I'll take you there.
Good. Please lead the way. Let's go find out what's going on.
This is the place. They claimed that as they passed through here, the area suddenly grew dark, and some ghostly flames appeared out of nowhere.
Right.
Huh. What a coincidence.
Which would fit with the cloth theory, wouldn't it?
We saw the very same thing.
Let's start by taking a look around the area, just as we did before.
Let's see if there's any cloth.
I found some sort of smashed ball under the tree.
Smashed ball?
The inside of it looks like it was blackened by smoke, and it smells like fireworks.
Okay, yeah.
Judging from the burn marks left on the scene, the ghostly flames you saw were not created by yokai power.
By fireworks.
Rather, they appear to have been caused by something flammable. I'm not sure what, though.
There's some strange powder in the cracks of these stones.
Hmm.
I picked some up and sniffed it to see what it is, and it made me really dizzy. Ugh. I'm so tired now.
Ah, so like a drug that made us fall asleep or something.
Similar scare tactics.
Hmm.
And she didn't have the time to completely hide the traces. I believe we're closing in on the truth now.
Hmm.
I'm almost certain that the woman you encountered was not a ghost.
That's so boring. Come on, man. We need actual ghosts.
She possesses no extraordinary powers. She was merely scaring people with some small props she had set up ahead of time.
Ugh.
Some small props? But can you really do all that with just some props? What we saw was absolutely terrifying.
First and foremost, the test of courage contributed to the unsettling atmosphere here.
Mm-hmm.
You were initially frightened by your first encounter with these 3 yokai, and then shortly after, you ran into the mysterious woman. It was natural for you to be on edge.
You'd also been told that it was going to be scary. Like there were mysterious stories told by our various companions, which also put you on edge, so...
Because you were already tensed up, you were breathing more rapidly and inhaled a lot of sleeping powder that she had sprinkled around the area. That is what caused you to feel dizzy. That's when she pulled down the shade cloth and lit those so-called ghostly flames, creating a terrifying scene. That's the most likely explanation anyway.
Yeah, it's also boring.
So, it was all just a show?
Yeah.
She tricked us!
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of this exercise. We didn't expect to actually run into yokai, but come on.
There is, however, still one loose end. The person who commissioned my investigation did become stranded on the beach as a result of some unusual power.
But wasn't that because of that lot here, the kids?
That couldn't have been accomplished by just a few small props. But if she possesses such powers, why bother with the theatrics?
Don't know, because she was paid.
Oh, Paimon can't wrap her head around all this.
She can only use props to scare people in the forest, but she can use strange powers on the beach. Huh, I see. I think I've figured it out.
Unless that is actually where she died or something, and so that's her area of power, but as soon as she goes away from this particular sort of the beach, then her power weakens or just completely disappears. I don't know.
Whoa, that was fast.
If we rule out the potential of organized crime, then only one possibility remains.
What, smuggler?
I know who the woman is. Let's go to the beach.
Okay.
We'll come along too.
No, you should go back and tell the others not to be afraid and not waste their time searching the forest.
Right.
The truth has surfaced. It's time to put an end to all the unnecessary panic and await the outcome of the test of courage.
Okay, but please be careful. If you run into any danger, simply call out our names. We'll be able to hear you.
Okay.
There shouldn't be any danger now, but thank you anyway.
We appreciate
Let's
it.
go. Let's search along the cliffside. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a chunk of earth that's unlike the others.
Right. Oh, yeah, here. We saw her digging, didn't we?
I knew it. I knew that you would come find me here.
Mm-hmm.
There she is. Paimon thought you were a yokai like the others, but they said they never seen you before. So, who are you? And why did you try to scare us?
I have already warned you never to speak to me. If you don't leave now, then...
She's terrifying! Hazel, it sure doesn't seem like she's using any props this time!
Don't move. Just trust me.
All right.
Your yokai power won't scare us. It will only hasten your demise.
Yokai power?
Huh? How did you know?
You're a yokai that emerged from an object and assumed a human form outside
Oh,
of
so
your
she
own
is a
body.
yokai, right?
When this type of yokai is close to its own body, it can use some yokai power.
Right.
But that ability weakens as it moves further away.
I had the right idea with being confined to an area.
And if
Got
the
it.
original body is destroyed, then the yokai that originated from it will likewise perish.
Right.
Should I refer to you as a Hagoita spirit or Tsukumo Gami?
Don't bother. You may call me Hanyuda Chizuru. That is the name I go by now.
Chizuru, why do you want us to leave?
I don't know, dude.
If you're a yokai, you should understand why the other yokai want to interact with humans. Besides, we had a great time playing Akitsu Yugen together, didn't we? Just like the story of Kamai and the samurai.
It's true.
Yes. That's why. That's why I don't want you to be sad too.
Sad? What do you mean?
Why? Because the samurai died, and so the yokai was sad.
I'm sure the yokai have already told you
Yeah.
of the story about Kamai befriending the samurai. But they don't actually know the entire story.
Oh, what happened? Tell us. Or show us. That works too.
The samurai was about 25 years old when they met at the festival. They met again 10 years later and remained friends. They spent time together drinking, traveling, and sparring. When they had first met, they merely respected each other, but 10 years later, they became best friends. After another decade, the samurai had reached the pinnacle of his swordsmanship and won their duel by a narrow margin. Kamai was so astonished by his defeat, he gave up drinking and began training to become stronger for their next duel.
Except he never came.
However, another 10 years later, Kamai did not meet the samurai. As it turned out, war had broken out in the south, and the samurai had gone to defend the border. Kamai was unconcerned, because 10 years was nothing in a yokai's lifetime. But when they met once again, Kamai discovered that the samurai was already 65 years old. He couldn't believe his eyes when he saw the samurai's gray hair and scars covering his body.
Hey, old friend. Can you still wield the sword?
Probably not.
I'm getting too old to fight. This time, I've come to say goodbye.
I see. Then, how about one last game of Akitsu Hazara?
All right.
The samurai gave his best effort during the game, but had to quit halfway through because he was too weak. After putting down his Agoita, Kamai remained silent for a long time before letting out a long sigh.
What a shame.
That is how it is, my man.
Friendship started as something they looked forward to, and in just a few decades it turned into regret.
It shouldn't be something that you regret, though. It's still a memory. It's still a cherished time that you had together,
Lord
in my
Kamai's
opinion.
appearance hadn't changed, but his dear friend in front of him had grown old. The joys of friendship gradually gave way to the pain of regret. People often say that those outside the situation can see things more clearly, and I learned a harsh truth after witnessing all of it. Everything that people come to regret is inevitably set in motion from the beginning. We yokai are different from humans. We have longer lifespans and different natures, but we share the same world. We interact with one another. We are drawn to one another, and will eventually part ways.
Mm-hmm.
When the dream ends, all that is left are sorrowful memories and lingering pain.
But why? Is that because you're choosing to have the pain? I know that's sounding a bit harsh. Maybe I'm coming across as a bit insensitive. But why does it automatically have to result to, I feel sad about this? Can't you look back on it and think, even though I'm not going to be seeing them anymore, I still enjoyed this period of time we had together, and that was a great thing? I don't know.
Even a wise and seasoned yokai like Kamai felt sadness when it was time to say goodbye.
Yeah, because he cared.
Imagine what a pure and kind little yokai would feel.
You're just talking about yourself because you're afraid to take the plunge.
Oh.
Yes. I think.
So, you mean...
She doesn't want to interact with people because she's too afraid.
I was hiding on this beach, waiting for the last of my days.
Okay.
But those 3 yokai came and set up the Akitsuyugin here, which
Ah.
woke me from my slumber. I didn't want them to approach humans with unbridled optimism and enthusiasm just because they'd heard the legend of Kamai and the samurai. That would simply be repeating the same mistake.
Is that why you pretended to be a ghost? To scare all the people away from here?
It didn't work on Yae Miko though. She was she was so down for it.
Oh, so you must be the one who trapped that guy on the beach.
That was a bit mean.
That was a little bit harsh, don't you think?
A bit.
My power has become pretty weak now, and most of the time I just use some props I've collected to scare people. I can't show myself when there are a lot of people around. But that jerk was greedy. He wanted to steal the decorations
Well,
from Akitsuyugin and sell them for a profit.
that's fair enough.
That's why I used my yokai power, to teach him a lesson.
Hazel is probably just going, yeah, I think that's fair enough.
Ah, so that's what happened. You have a strong sense of justice. By the way, how did you know the rest of the story about Kamai and the samurai?
Is she Kamai? I don't know, or did she know Kamai? Can they change forms? Like, as in, can they change different types of bodies?
It's okay if you don't want to tell us. I've already figured it out. Your true form is this pair of Hagoita, isn't it?
Oh, right, okay. Well, the ones that they used, like the samurai and the man used?
Hagoita? Oh, wait! So that means she's...
The pair of Hagoita used by Kamai and the human samurai to play Akitsu Hazura hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
You gradually developed sentience after being influenced by great yokai power. You were the closest to witness their story.
How insane. I mean, in a good way, you know?
Even with the yokai power's blessing, the Hagoita have started to rot away after hundreds of years. You can't sustain yourself, so you were forced to rely on props to scare people. And if my theory is correct, this pair of Hagoita is also the item we need to find for the 3rd round of the test of courage.
Excellent work. You figured it all out.
I was going to say, Miko had to be behind this somehow.
Congratulations, little ones. You've passed the 3rd round of the test of courage.
Is she trying to help this woman?
Miko? And the Shrine Maiden? Paimon thought you went missing.
Yeah, we're missing back to the Narukami Shrine.
I apologize for causing you concern. It was actually Lady Yae's idea.
Not surprised.
Well, what did you think? Were you scared?
Paimon was, yeah.
Because fear is induced by uncertainty, the more chaotic the situation, the better. Having the event staff also mysteriously vanish only added to the uncertainty. I must say, I think this test of courage truly lived up to its name.
It it made the atmosphere a bit better, right?
So
Made it more
you're the one
believable.
responsible for all the scary stuff.
Well, yeah, Paimon.
Hitomi, go tell the others that the test of courage has ended and that we have a winner.
Told you we were winning.
Now that I've solved the mystery, I'm going back to meet with my client. The intent to steal is not exactly a serious crime, but it can't go unpunished. I'll see you two later.
All right, bye.
Miko, did you choose the Hagoita for the 3rd round of the test of courage because you already knew about Chizuru?
Miko, Lady Yae, you're...
I followed Kitsune Saigu around the Mikawa Flower Festival one year and saw her play Akitsu Hazura. That was when I saw you. You didn't have a human form at the time and possessed only the earliest traces of sentience.
I remember now. You were on Kitsune Saigu's shoulder.
I went for a stroll on the beach some time ago and sensed a familiar yokai power.
Right.
Though your power was weak, I was still able to find you. You were sitting in a tree, gazing at the tourists below. I overheard you telling yourself that you must be patient and avoid contact with humans.
Right.
Huh? When was that? I didn't notice you at all.
With your powers being so diminished, it was only natural that you didn't
She
notice
was the
me.
crow, was she?
You must have been blaming yourself all this time.
Can she
You
turn
and
into a
Kamai
crow?
and
Am
the
I being
samurai became
stupid?
friends as a result of Akitsu Hazura, a game connected to your existence.
Or maybe she physically wasn't there, but she can send out a crow to observe on her behalf, you know? Because in the Raiden Shogun trailer, there was a crow. And I should have figured that out. That's so silly.
At the time, I couldn't take on a human form like this. I had only a hazy sense of the outer world. After they first met at the Mikawa Flower Festival, I felt proud to know that I had left a mark on their story. But after they said their final goodbyes, I could often hear Kamai sighing to himself.
Aw.
I couldn't help but hide, because I blamed myself. When I woke up again, the world had changed.
That was nothing to do with you, though.
Lady Yae, you are a well-known yokai. You must know many more things than I do. So I have a question for you. People meet, become friends, and then go their separate ways. After such a short time, they leave only regret and sadness in their wake. Is it really worthwhile for us yokai to interact with humans?
I guess it's because it's the only experience she had of observing a human and yokai relationship, I guess, friendship. There was only sadness there because he'd lost his best friend. But obviously if there was a wider sample, maybe it wouldn't be the case, you know?
Why not? Tell me, how did you feel when you played Akitsu Yugen with the Traveler?
I felt happy, but...
But your rationality told you that it was wrong, didn't it? It turns out that there is still another piece to the story of Kamai and the samurai that you are missing.
What do you mean? The samurai and Kamai never met again.
Or did they?
True, but the story doesn't end there. That samurai's name was Yanagibashi Takuto, who also happens to be the founder of the Soran Ishin art.
Okay.
It is believed that Takuto developed this style of swordsmanship while dueling with Kamai, who had also befriended the third-generation heir of the Soran Ishin art, Tominaga Masanari. 500 years ago, Kamai and Tominaga fought side by side until their final moments, and the sword Tominaga wielded was passed down from Yanagibashi. The regret Kamai once felt had finally been resolved.
Oh. I never knew.
And now you do.
We yokai are not like humans. Humans have too short a lifespan, and the day will inevitably come when we must say goodbye. However, the bond formed by friendship will not be broken, but rather carried on in a new form. There's no reason to be upset by this. Time flies by in an instant, and life passes by like a dream. So, you must be happy in the present. You should understand what I mean now.
There's no point living constantly with regrets, you know? Just.
Hey, compadres!
Hey, it's Ito.
Ito, what are you doing
And his
here?
new mates.
He told me everything. And I also heard that you won the last round.
Yeah, of course. Don't sound so surprised.
I even know who the ghost lady is now. Anyway, I had a little discussion with the others, and, Hey, you're that fox lady. Why are you here?
Please just disregard my presence. Now, tell us what you discussed.
Please don't make this man eat any more tofu. We don't need another event where Ito's being bullied.
Ah, right. All right, listen up. To celebrate the end of the Test of Courage event, we will be holding the Mikawa Flower Festival.
I don't think we need to flex to announce this, but that sounds like a good plan. Well done.
I gave it some real thought and realized that it might be kind of difficult for those little yokai to hold the festival on their own. But with my help, it won't be a problem.
Well, you've had quite the experience in organising festivals, haven't you?
That's right. Arataki, the one and only Ito, will be in charge of organizing the best Mikawa Flower Festival anyone's ever seen.
Yeah, get on your buddy. Pop off, Ito.
Hooray for Ito!
Oh, yeah, his people, truly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Can we really trust this guy with the festival?
Well, maybe we can help him. I don't know.
Hey, what you trying to say? Besides, it won't just be me. Other people will help too. Even my bro Ayato is gonna be there.
Wait, did you talk to him? And we didn't get to see it? Come
Everyone's
on.
busy getting ready, and the festival will be up and running in no time. It won't be long until you can all join the fun.
Come on, I just want to see them interact for once.
You're the best, Ito!
This is why he chose him, wasn't it? See, look, everyone's having fun. You need to smile too. I know it's easy. Just smile, forehead, but... Ito sets up the festival with the yokai and others. There's Yoimiya and Goro. Is Toma
and
here?
what would a festival be without me? I'll be sure to go have a look too.
Yes, please do. Is Toma here? Not that I'm obsessed with Toma, but I am slightly obsessed with Toma.
It has been some time since I've attended a festival. Fortunately, I brought sake with me.
Oof, could I have some?
Paimon's gotta admit, Ito does have his moments.
Oh, come on. He has a good heart. Like, we know this. He's a bit goofy, but he means well.
Count Paimon in!
Yeah. Come on, do you want to join us, Chizuru? Yes, come on, you can't say no.
All right, I'll join. If you don't mind, that is.
No, we've invited you. You can't say no. It is facts.
Looks like the festival has started! Let's go check it out!
Okay, I can talk to Ito. I'm going to pick up this crab, though. Oh my god, Toma! Sorry.
Oh, I sure bought a lot of stuff. I'll have to organize it all when I get back.
What did you buy? Can you tell me? Was it food? Was it this? What have we got? Sushi, onigiri, dango, egg rolls. I mean, I get it. There's some sake as well. Yes, please. What do you say, kid?
I want to become a great yokai, like the mighty Urakusai.
Well, maybe you will.
Then I'll be able to help create a real Mikawa flower festival.
Yeah, good on you. Good on you. I'm gonna talk to Kappa. Why do you look so dejected?
I think I need to take a break.
Oh dear. Yoimiya?
Oh no! I almost had it!
Oh, starting to get the hang of it, huh? Keep trying.
What are you doing? You're like trying to pick him up or something? Like fishing? I don't know. Well, you have fun. I'm gonna talk to Goro. And Ito.
Hey, Goro! What are you two talking about?
Oh, I was just saying that if I had more time, I'd have built a massive fishing pond here.
Okay.
Fishing? You know, when I lived on Watatsumi Island, I used to just dive into the sea and catch fish with my bare hands.
Okay.
Take it from an expert, using your hands to catch fish is nowhere near as fun as using a fishing rod. Just the other day, I caught a fish so big that I didn't even know how to handle it. I even wrote a letter to Yae Publishing House about it.
Why?
That's an unusual problem to have.
Yeah. Oh my god, Toma's there. And Sayu and Ayaka. Oh my gosh, I want to go talk to them.
Huh? A big fish? How come you didn't tell us? Paimon could have helped you eat it.
Huh? You wrote a letter to Yae Publishing House?
Yeah, mate, he writes a lot to Yae Publishing House. Oh, Kazuha. Oh.
Oh, you bet I did. I wrote to the That's Life column and asked Miss Hina for advice. Ah, she's so amazing.
Oh god.
She got back to me really quickly, too.
Little did Ito know that he was talking to Ms. Hina.
Huh. What a coincidence. I do some part-time work there, and I recently received a similar letter.
You mean the letter was about dealing with a giant fish they caught? No. Could it be?
Look at his face. No.
Could it be that there's someone as good at fishing as I am? Oh, not on my watch. Hey, you all go enjoy the festival. I'm gonna get out there and catch an even bigger fish.
Oh no.
Just you wait. I'll be inviting you all to my fish feast.
Alright, buddy. Have a good one with... Oh, Jesus. A fish feast.
Aw, the string snapped. I was so close. Yoimiya, this is more difficult than it looks. Can you really fish out these water balloons with a string?
Don't worry. Let me show you a little trick. Just remember that your hand has to be quick. Yo-Yo Tsuri! Paimon's seen this game in some light novels before.
I'm still in disbelief that Paimon actually reads not light novels, you know?
Do you want to give it a shot?
But fair enough.
Close one eye, aim carefully, and fish it out quickly. Oh, it looks kind of tricky.
No, I don't want to do it.
Paimon will let the traveler try. You have to catch at least 3 water balloons since there's 3 of us.
Oh yeah, no pressure. Thanks very much.
But Yoimiya, if I close one eye, I won't be able to see anything.
Because he's like a little cyclops. What are they talking about?
This ramen is so good.
Nice.
Yes, it feels like it's been ages since the last time I had some.
Well, tell Toma off.
You mean you don't get to eat ramen very often, Ayaka? But it's so delicious.
Demand
it's
it.
You. We'll need 2 more bowls of ramen, please. Food like ramen and hot pot tend to have a lot of oil and salt.
That's true.
So I don't get to eat them very often.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, now Paimon totally gets why Ayaka would put cake into hot pot.
Yeah.
Huh?
I forgot about that part she did.
Oh, please, no need to bring that up again.
Phew, I'm stuffed and feeling a little sleepy. I'm just gonna take a nap.
Not while you're sitting up, please. Don't fall off and hurt yourself.
By the way, were there any special stalls at yokai festivals in the past?
Yes, but... well, It's a long story.
Can we have a chat with Yae Miko as well?
Paimon can't believe you couldn't get a single water balloon. You've gotten rusty.
Girl, stop.
Chizuru managed to finally get one and gave it to Hitotsume Kozo.
Well, that's fine, because he really wanted one.
He looked like he really wanted it.
Yeah.
But Paimon wanted one too.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Sorry.
All right, then I'll catch one for you next time.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yay!
Paimon, can you take her with you? Oh. Toma.
Come on now, this is way more expensive than usual. Even if it is a festival, you shouldn't hike up the prices this much.
Hey now, it costs money to run a stall. I need to raise my prices to help cover the expenses, you know?
Fair enough. How about 5 masks for 30% off? Final offer.
All right.
Haggling away, Toma, absolute lad. Kazuha.
It's so hot. Feels like I'm being roasted here.
Then move away from the fire.
Don't get too close. It's better to keep a few steps back.
I know. It's just so rare to see such a nice bonfire.
Yeah, I get
I
that.
want to get as close as I can to enjoy it.
There are many beautiful things in the world. There's no need to be anxious. The festival has only just begun.
I was surprised that you didn't even tell your sister. It seems she was quite frightened, too.
That wasn't anything to do with me. I had no hand in this whatsoever. No.
It would have been uninteresting had I told her what was going to happen ahead of time. Besides, with her friends by her side, she wouldn't ever be too scared. Having a little fright is good to release any tension she might have accumulated lately.
It was all in good fun. It was fine.
Everything went according to plan. People started to panic as soon as they sensed that they had no idea what was happening. How amusing.
Yes, well done.
Hey, you two, stop laughing. It was scary.
Only for you, Paimon.
Have you finished exploring the festival?
I think so. Just about, yes.
Well then, are you having a good time?
I am. I don't know about our new friend here, though.
Yeah, it's great.
The original Mikawa Flower Festival was much more lively. But even if you could attend the original, you probably wouldn't be as happy as you are now. Because it's always more fun to enjoy a festival with friends, isn't it?
Yes. Thank you.
Well then, I'm guessing you have something you want to say to him alone? We'll leave you in peace.
What did you want to say to us?
We are friends.
Ah, you saw through me again. I can't help but feel you somehow know everything.
It's not that I know everything. It's just that I've been in your position before.
Traveler, do you have a moment? I'd like to talk to you. Alone on the beach.
Sure. That crab is looking very juicy. I want to pick it up, though, first. Hang on a second.
All right, here will do. Thank you for agreeing to come with me.
Don't mention it.
Actually, I was delighted when I first discovered that I could take on a human form. I was a yokai derived from a pair of Hagoita who came into being in the middle of a festival. So naturally, I enjoyed the lively festival atmosphere.
Yeah, I get that.
I wanted to go to more festivals, become friends with humans, and play Akitsu Yugen with them. But every evening, as night began to set in, I recall the bitter smile of the old samurai as he set down the Hagoita, and the lonely Kamai sighing as he drank his sake. Then I would wonder, if I became friends with a human, would that person experience the same melancholy in the future?
All depends on the person.
As a result, I was convinced that I couldn't do it. I told myself I would not repeat that same mistake.
I understand what you mean.
I'm sorry that I spoke so strangely when we first met. I'm sure it must have scared you. I expected you to flee in terror. But when we met again, you acted like you had no trouble being around me.
Mm-hmm.
I knew you mistook me as one of the yokai. But instead of telling you the truth, I went and played a Kitsuyugen with you.
Why?
I'm not completely sure myself. Perhaps it's because I've always wanted to be like Kamai and play a Kitsuyugen with humans.
And you did.
Or perhaps it was because I knew I didn't have much time left, and I didn't want to be alone.
That's fair too.
Anyway, thank you for taking the time to play with me. When we played a Kitsuyugen, Paimon said the loser would have to grant the winner a wish.
That is true.
At the time, I wished for us to never cross paths again. However, you still came and found me. Meaning, you never granted my wish.
That is a good point.
So, can I make another wish?
Of course, as long as I can fulfill it.
Let me think. I wish for you to remember me. No. I only have one wish, so I better make it count. Okay. Listen carefully. My wish is... I wish that every day of your journey ahead will be filled with joy, like a festival.
God, there's so much fireworks. Ah. Yae Miko. And she's gone.
I've grown taller. I'm so tall. Everyone else looks so tiny now.
Alright, I'm just gonna leave you to it.
Every year when the fireworks go off, I say to myself, another year has already passed. As each year passes by, your life gradually approaches its end.
Yeah, it's not wrong.
But I don't think that's
No.
a bad thing. Like I always say, fireworks are for now, but friends are forever.
Depending on the friends. Maybe I'll... Stop infecting me with the cynicism. Yeah, I'll be there. Don't worry. Ayaka!
After hearing Chizuru describe the original Mikawa Flower Festival, I wanted to arrange another chance to talk with her about it. I didn't expect that would be our last conversation.
Yeah, I'm sorry. She's gone. Who are you? Someone I don't really care too much about. Homer, are you still buying things, please?
Even though I knew my lord had most likely planned everything before the test of courage even began, I was still caught off guard. But in retrospect, it was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun scaring you as well, Toma. Thank you for being my partner. I appreciate it. It was good. Goro.
It was heartbreaking to learn of Chizuru's story.
Yeah, it was a
To be
shame.
honest, I experienced that same kind of sorrow when I'm on the battlefield.
Yeah.
I don't know when I'll lose my comrades. So, I try to appreciate every moment.
I understand. Ito.
Lifespans, partings, it really gets you thinking, doesn't it? But, I got nothing.
Okay.
Alls I know is I'll never regret meeting you.
Oh, well, look at you, Ito. Ever the charmer. Thank you. I love playing with humans, says Kappa. Aww. That's adorable. Kazuo and Heizo. Oh, hello.
Will you have some time in the next few days, Kazuha? I'd like you to work on a case with me.
Oh.
Oh, did you run into some trouble?
Not exactly. It's just an old case with almost no tangible leads. But I believe your attuned sense of nature might allow us to discover some new clues.
Interesting.
Sure. I can stay after the festival and we can go investigate together.
Great. Thank you.
My pleasure. It's no trouble at all.
Well, that's cute. I like that. That's very cute. Yes. All right, let's talk.
So, did you enjoy the test of courage?
I did, but we could have had more demons. Just a little suggestion for next year. Can you summon some demons, or I can do it for you? That's fine.
Once I learned of the yokai's intentions to hold a festival, I wanted to spread the word and attract people to their event.
Right.
However, it occurred to me that doing so might be overly ambitious. If we marketed the Mikawa Flower Festival from the get-go, people would have arrived with insatiably high expectations.
Yeah.
So I decided on using the test of courage's notoriety to attract visitors, and left the rest to the yokai.
Fair enough.
I had an inkling that their presence would spice up the event.
Yeah, as in, like, you were scaring people shitless. That's fine.
When Ayato approached me about holding the Test of Courage event, it dawned on me that this would be the perfect opportunity to help Chizuru face her problem.
And help her you did.
Kamai and the samurai's parting was one of the first things she experienced when she was partially sentient and didn't have her human form yet. This was a very traumatic experience for her, and she could never come to grips with it by reasoning alone.
Yeah, I get it.
The best option for her was to directly interact with humans. There's no need to feel sad. I believe she was content when she left us.
She seemed it. And that was the end of the story. I'm glad that Chizuru was able to confront her fears, essentially, and get that final bit of happiness before she did pass on from this world. So that's really nice that we were able to help an old yokai. What did you lot think of the event? Did you like the storyline? Have you enjoyed the mini-games? Do let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you again to everyone who is hanging around for the Genshin content. Thank you for the subs, thank you for the likes and so forth. It does mean a lot to me. But until next time, I hope you all take care, and I will see you again very soon.
Go!